You are witnessing the final days of Kanye West. What up, world? It's your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. So they pulled the Kanye West episode of The Shop for hate speech and dangerous stereotypes. And you may think, so what? Ye gonna be Ye. Ye gonna Ye. He gonna Yadle and do what Ye does, right? And I implore you to really pay attention to what's happening. You have not seen this happen to Kanye West before. And I'm going to tell you why. So, I'm going to read from the article, and we're going to have a discussion of why these are the last days of Kanye West, as you know him. According to Andscape, Kanye West recently filmed an episode of The Shop that was subsequently pulled for what the show's producer and co-host Maverick Carter cited as extremely dangerous stereotypes and hate speech being spewed by the billionaire, musical artist, and designer. Reports also noted that LeBron James wasn't present at the time of Ye's taping. In a statement released to Andscape, Carter said, quote, Kanye was booked weeks ago, and after talking to Kanye directly the day before we taped, I believed he was capable of a respectful discussion and he was ready to address all his recent comments. Unfortunately, he used The Shop to reiterate more hate speech and extremely dangerous stereotypes. We have made the decision not to air this episode or any of Kanye's remarks. While The Shop embraces thoughtful discourse and differing opinions, we also have zero tolerance for hate speech of any kind and would never allow our channels to be used to promote hate. I take full responsibility for believing Kanye wanted a different conversation and apologize to our guests and crew. Hate speech should never have an audience. Now remember, how many times did you hear the term hate speech in that conversation? At least 3 to 4 times. They said hate speech. You have to understand, right now, in this world of entertainment, there are literally 2 groups that you cannot say nothing directly or indirectly about, or you will face consequences that are severe. One is LGBTQ, and the other is the Jewish people. You cannot say hate speech about either of those organizations, for lack of a better word. Kanye has hit a brick wall. Kanye has said any and everything about black people, derogatory and otherwise, about how we spend our money, about how we choose our leaders, about what we think is cool as parents, everything. He's had something to say about everything we've done under the sun. He went so far as to say slavery was a choice, as if these people just chose wrong. Had they just chosen not to be slaves, they would have been fine. We wouldn't even have had slavery. They just chose it. They went to the mall, filled out an application at the Orange Julius, and they found out that it was orange slavery, and they just chose to work there. That's what his whole thing was, right? And even as a people, we couldn't decide that was too much. We still had some of us that thought, well, he's Ye, and they flipped it around and spun it and made it into what they wanted it to mean, his cult, right? He's even gone so far as to put on a White Lives Matter as if to say, I don't know about that Black Lives Matter stuff, but I'm going to sell White Lives Matter shirts. Which is not even, dog whistle ain't even the word. It's an outright white supremacist slogan. It's outright, it's not even sugarcoat. It is a white supremacist slogan. Somehow him and this woman, Candace Owens, decided that was something they wanted to sell. They wanted to partake in it. And even that was not enough. Because you can do anything you want to black people, let's be honest. You can say whatever you want. You can build whole political campaigns against them. And for one, nobody cares. And for two, the black people that will stand up, it's not enough for them and they don't get enough support. Right? So you can do whatever and say whatever you want. But what you're not going to do, and Dave Chappelle found out this, is certain things you can't say to certain people or they're going to come down in a hammer. They're going to go and try to shut down the whole Netflix if you say these things. And not only that, once they've hit the term hate speech, you've entered another bracket. This is the kind of stuff they start removing you from platforms for. I just read that Kanye went to Facebook because he was removed from Twitter and Instagram because of his anti-Jewish rhetoric. And it is rhetoric because I truly believe Kanye is listening to some very, very conservative, right-wing, ultra dark people who have some very, very negative things to say about other people and races, especially blacks, gays, and Jews. And I feel like he is so mentally gone, he doesn't know how to filter it. So most people that listen to this rhetoric from these different corners of the web and this undercurrent of GOP thinking, they know how to not say it out loud. They can hear it, they can think it, they can speak it in little huddles and be in little corners, but they know when to not say it. What they did not know is that Kanye has no filter. So as they're courting him and bringing him in slowly and slowly and slowly, more and more and more, and feeding him more and more stuff, they don't understand. Well, maybe they don't care. But Kanye's going to absorb this. It's going to scramble around in his brain, and 6 months later, he's going to spit it out. There is no way for him to not do it. So he's doing it right now. They have their claws in him so deep. He's so manic. He's going wherever he feels is going to get him the most money and the most attention. And right now, it's that sector. They're embracing him without any caveats because they want his money, they want his attention, they want his fame, they want his platform to spew their stuff so they can get more little people following their agenda and questioning our agenda, whoever we are on the other side of it, right? They didn't understand that this guy doesn't know not to say the quiet part out loud. So as he's listening to these pundits or these whatevers you call them, I don't have a list of names because I don't follow this stuff. I'm not on Breitbart. I'm not doing all these things. So I don't know who to throw out a name for, and I probably wouldn't if I could, right? But they're out there. I see them on Twitter. I see it. You see it. You see them on YouTube. You hear it. You hear the rhetoric. But I just shuffle on. I move on. I don't absorb it and try to sit there for hours fighting it. I'll leave that to somebody else. I'm not going to waste my time. I'll let Talib Kweli do that. He can do that all day. I don't have all day to be tweeting alt-righters and all. I'm not doing that. It doesn't mean enough to me, right? I'm talking to my people. I can't spend time talking to them. They're not moving. They're not going to budge on what they believe. So the simple fact, I don't need to confront these people day in and day out. But what happens is he gets immersed in what they're saying because he wants first of all, he wants the dollars from them. Right now, it's clear that if you kick up enough dust and enough anti-black sentiment, those dollars come to you. Who got more money than black people? White people. I mean, all of these answers are simple. This is not rocket science, bruh. If you wanna step into the mind of Kanye, it's like stepping into the mind of a teenager. Where's the most money at? Is it over here or is it at the mall? Well, I'm gonna go get it at the mall then. Can I work at McDonald's or I can work in the movie theater and make double and see the movies and have all the girls like, well, I'll just go work at the movie theater. It's teenage mind stuff. So to him, working at the movie theater is where he's at right now. Being disrespectful to his people, having to laugh at their expense, and watching his minions follow him everywhere he goes and make excuses for everything he does. But the reason I say the fall is this time, because it's not like the last time. They're pulling him off of things now. Whereas before, someone just wagged their finger and was like, no, you shouldn't have said that. It was bad. Didn't apologize. He apologized to this real quick. The anti-Jew comments that he made, he apologized real quick. I don't think the sun set on that. Right? Too late. It's too late. He's branded. He's stamped as a person spewing hate speech. Once that gets on you, you cannot get it off. And I get it. He's Kanye. But the simple fact of the matter is, Kanye doubles down on things. He went to the shop. They wanted to talk to him about the comments he made that got him banned in the first place. And he's not going to go backwards. He's going to double down. You give him enough time, he's going to bury himself. When he doubled down with all the black rhetoric, no one did anything about it. He's not going to say anything against LGBTQ because he's not crazy. There's no money in that. Right? But he's spewing what the people on the other side of that red MAGA hat want to hear. That's what they want to hear. They're body surfing him right now. They're putting him up on their arms. He's going all through the community. They love it. Love to hear this stuff. All this rhetoric. But the problem is, most people don't want to hear it. That's why it's not said out loud. That's why it's in the dark crevices of the web. Because they frown upon you being openly critical or anything. It's not even criticizing. It's not even it's stereotypes. It's anti-speech. It's hate speech, and exactly what they're saying it is. It's something that gets people eventually killed. But he's so dense that he doesn't know when to turn it off. So the more interviews he does, the more he's going to talk about it. If you want to see a man bury himself, watch Kanye for the next 3 months. Because he doesn't listen to anyone. I'm sure people are texting him and letting him know, bro, you have to chill with this one. You saw the baby's fall from grace was hard and fast. And here we are watching Kanye in real time follow the path that's going to get him done. Anybody with any intelligence knows that what Kanye is saying is not what he believes, it's what someone is saying to him. Because he switches these things up too much. You can't be on both sides of everything. So he's listening to rhetoric in places that he shouldn't even be listening to. But he is, and he doesn't know how to block it, not block it out, but filter it. And as he starts to get pulled from more and more things, it's not going to make any sense to keep pandering to him. Because the power that he so-called has, when people start leaving these shows and leaving these events in protest of stuff that he's saying, the people that he's dissing right now are the people buying the Yeezys. The little kids, right? That can afford all them shoes like that. Once you start dissing them and their fathers get involved, things change. So we're watching the slow burn of Kanye West. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how and if he reverses this. But I think we are seeing the slow burn, and this man is crashing down. And the last thing he needs is to lose the attention that he gets from these sites. But you let me know what you think. Is this the end of Kanye West? Get in the comments, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, notification bell, share the video. CLBMG. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
CLB.